What else is there, Kapupa? Right, right. This is just, I couldn't sleep. I'm actually sick. And on top of being sick, I'm so excited for Season of Discovery. I just lay in bed feeling like shit, and my head just keeps spinning, around Season of Discovery, and I can't sleep. And but I'm sick too, so I feel like I got up, and some of the cats were sick. So not only am I sick, one of the cats in my house is sick, and he had this horrible diarrhea in his litter box. And oh my god, I woke up and I smelled that, thought I was gonna puke. So I cleaned that up, and then I walked the dog, and then I took a shower because I felt so sick. I thought, oh well, let me take a shower. See, I have to work today, but I'm thinking about putting in sick because I just not feeling good. I'm thinking about calling off sick today. I actually put in for tomorrow off, so I already put in for Friday off. Um, but I'm thinking about not working today because I'm just not feeling good. But anyways, I thought I'd update some of my WoW add-ons. Right, a couple of the add-ons got updated today. A couple got updated 2 days ago, so I went ahead and updated a lot of my WoW add-ons. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? My wife was in Tennessee with her cousin, and her cousin's son was super sick. I mean, he was puking like nonstop. And so they drove from Tennessee 8 hours back to Florida with this kid in the back seat who was super sick. My wife was so worried she was going to get sick. I don't think she got sick, but I think I got. I don't know if I got it from him. I don't think so, though. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm super excited for Season of Discovery, so.
For 10.
So what we're going to do, close, we're going to go add-ons. And we're going to go to Veil, and let's see. We only want, what do we want? Uyghurs. We don't need unit scan. Oh no, this is a hardcore server, so it doesn't matter. Turn that off. Recount Questies. I updated Questy. Power Wars, sure. Omni CC, sure. Nova, sure. Yeah. All looks good. Let's reload the UI. No, no, basically you're just going to be using the WoW Classic client, right? There's probably a lot of people that are doing what I'm doing, just creating characters to play around with leveling. Let me log out and I'll show you what the servers look like. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. I mean, all you have to do is just log in to Classic WoW, and there'll be a different realm selection, right? The tab's already there, seasonal tab. Now, the servers are going to go down. You know, November 30th, 11 a.m. PST, right? That happens to be 2 p.m. actually. Well, I'm surprised that they wait till 2 p.m. Okay, well that's 8 a.m. Okay, okay, so it looks like 8 a.m. This PST to EST converter was wrong. 11 a.m. PST to EST is... So 3 hours later, EST. Why is it always so hard to do time to do the conversions? Oh my god, 11 a.m. PST to EST. Here, you know what? Here, let's do it this way. If it is 11 a.m. PST, what is that in EST? So it's basically 2 p.m. So yeah, that's really surprising. So apparently, it's TM view. So apparently they're going to bring the servers down tomorrow, 2 hours before they're actually going to launch them. You'd think that they would give themselves more than 2 hours, right? So if I change realm and I go to seasonal, we still don't have the real servers, but this is where the servers are going to be. They're just, is there a limit to how many? So, but there's going to be 4 servers here probably. 2 PvP, 1 RP PvP, and then 1 PvE. But yeah, apparently they're going to do it at 2 p.m. Like 2 p.m. for me. So like that's like what, that's like 8 hours from now or something.
Listening, Denadris.
Probably going to want to why does this look different than normal? We're going to auto accept quests. We're going to auto complete quests. Normally I don't like to do that, but for for this we'll do that. Enigma, what's up, man?
How may I help?
So I'm just trying to think. So this is just like me basically running through like the beginning of a new character, just so that I know like what macros am I going to create, what kind of things do I want to set up right off the bat. A lot of times we're going to have, let's see, I have way too many macros in here, which can be really annoying actually. So we're going to start attack, Raptor Strike. Let's see if I have a Raptor Strike macro. I wonder if it'll be worth... It might be worth creating some macros and, files ahead of time and just copying them into my new character. Like, so actually... Let's take a look. I'm just chilling too. This is just classic era. We go into here and go to account, and then we go to Skull Rock, which is the server I'm on now. You can see these are the characters I have on the server, and the hunter I have on here is Shady Moon. So we could go right into this character here and just basically copy all this stuff and just copy this out and go back into here and go to Skull Rock and my new character here, which is Vale Season of Discovery, and just paste these in here. There'll be a few differences, and then let's exit the game, and then we'll just reload it. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do to speed up the ramp-up time of the new character. Night Elf should be not as crowded as human, but it's still... Actually, because of Shadow Meld, Night Elf might be super crowded, actually. Because there's been too many videos of people talking about hunters and coming out of stealth in Ashen Vale and aim-shotting people. And that might Might cause some issues with people creating a lot of dialogue. So see, now we got all these macros in here. Now we can just drag Raptor Strike right down to here. So this is what we'll probably do. I'll probably just copy those settings and stuff into my new character once it's created. You can see we've got most, my basic macros. I've got my turning my pet's growl on and off. We just have to go into here and go to action bars and enable action bars. Don't lock action bars. Shows numbers for cooldowns. Combat, that's fine. Controls, auto loot, able interact on left click, doesn't really matter. We can do that. And then we could just really quick, you could be able to put in like, let's see, growl. Let's take a look and see if see our weak ore is already set up, which is cool. And then we just need to, we can put our, and it would be better if we had like a, let's see. Yeah, hot shot, okay. You're gonna play Orc, cool. And so normally when I create like a Night Elf Hunter, like we're gonna have so many people creating characters, so it's gonna be incredibly like, busy. Oh, the other thing we're gonna want to have, actually, now that I think about it, and it's not something I normally want to have all the time, but we're gonna probably want our hunter, our yet another hunter timer. So let's see if we've got that. I don't think we do. So and the reason I like that is I like that for the beginning when I don't have a pet. It's not something like an add-on I use very long, but it's really useful like levels 1 through 10. Now I'm hoping that we'll be able to find one. We may not be able to find one for Classic. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I doubt this will work. This guy's like, yeah, it worked for me. We'll see. Interface settings. I mean, this is like freaking old. Yeah, there it is. I don't think it's working. Here, let's see. Nah, it's not working. I didn't think it would. I mean, this is like, that's a really old add-on. This is why I wanted to do this, though, is I wanted to get into WoW and just kind of create a character from level 1 and pretend like I'm leveling in Season of Discovery and see what are the issues am I going to run into, what are the things that I don't have set up the way I want, and just try to like get this stuff figured out now. But we go in here, we go interface add-ons. I want to see what, let's see. Yeah, this is really old. This is like super old. There's no way this is going to work in Classic. We do have weapon swing timer. I'm not sure how good that's going to work. Hmm. Oh god, look, that one hasn't been updated in frickin' since 2019, really? TBC Hunter Caspar. Ooh, that one actually looks pretty nice. But we need a... Let's try WoW add-on Hunter Caspar. Aim shot Caspar Classic, interesting. And then, of course, there's this Hunter Caspar add-on. Wonder what this one... Aim shot. I mean... That hasn't been updated in forever. We can live without the swing timer, but man, I can't believe this hasn't been updated. It's 2019. That's TBC. It works, but it's really ugly. Yeah, you can see this swing timer does work. So basically what you're doing is you should be able to like shoot your again, like I said, this is going to be useful like when you first create a hunter and you're just trying to like optimize killing pretty fairly quickly. Of course, I don't know how, the server may be so crowded this really doesn't matter. But see, you're just going to shoot an arrow, you're going to move, shoot, move, shoot, move. Meet. Because if you just stand still and shoot, you're not going to kill the mob before it reaches you. You're going to get 3 shots in. See, I only got 2 shots in. And now look how long it's taking me to kill the mob. So basically, when we're moving here with the swing timer, we're just trying to stop moving when I get right in the middle of those 2 red bars. So you see these 2 red bars here? I just kind of stop moving when I get right in there. Maybe even a little bit past them, and we're fine. Not the best swing timer. I would prefer to have one that's a little bit better looking visually. Let's see if we can find a better one. This one's pretty much the same thing. There's a Wrath of the Lich King Classic Hunter. Okay, this one actually looks better. If it'll work for Classic. And this one contains custom load code. Oh yeah, but this person's put in all this extra junk, so yeah, whatever. We don't want all that crap. We don't want all that crap. Hunter 2.0. Nah, no thank you. Delete children in group. And we've got the swing timer. don't really want this to overlay our hearth. It's right above my feet, so yeah, it's fine. So that's moderately helpful. Hey, what's up, Renko? Renko. Moderately helpful. And so what I would do, like, just for leveling speed, if you can get into the server right away, just, like, try to... I mean, don't even worry about doing the quests. Like, just try to grind out some mobs to get yourself to, like, level 3 or 4. You know? You can even, like, if you want, you don't even have to loot. But there are some slight upgrades. You know, you're going to get some, like, you know, some little leather items, gloves and belt and stuff, cloak and whatnot. I don't have Feign Death yet, do I? Let's see. Future spells. Let's do... $14.99. $14.99. We're actually gonna put... it's not there yet. Alright, well, once we get the spell, we'll set that up. Let's see, I moved too far. Screwed up my... I ran too long. Might want to zoom out just a little bit for... the other thing I'm not noticing is the range here. No, we are. See, the red bar means we're out of range. Wow, look at the range on the Huntry. That is a long range, man. What was that? I give you the best guild? What are you talking about, man? Yeah, but this feels so easy. It's like, oh yeah, we'll just run out here and we'll kill a few mobs, you know. When Season of Discovery launches, there's going to be so many people here. We're not going to be able to do any... I mean, we're probably going to be in a group. Like, we'll probably find, like, a spawn location and be in a group of 5 people, and we'll be standing over, like, this dead corpse here. 5 people will be standing here just waiting for a mob to spawn. Let me show you what Season of Discovery is really going to look like.
Do you want to tweet?
This is what it's going to look like. Let's see, there's going to be, like, all these people. I don't even know if this is the best video to show. This is what it's going to look like. You're going to have, like, people in groups sitting in the same spot just waiting for a mob to spawn. And see, look, we're all sitting here waiting for mobs to spawn. And here's another group, like to my left, that are just standing. So you're not worried about, like, you're not even running around, because if you try to run to the next mob, someone's just going to kill it before you get there. So you just stand where you know mob spawns and just wait for the mob to spawn. See how there's groups just standing in one spot? This is what the launch is going to be like. I'm not even joking. I'm totally serious. And then if we go to I've actually got the classic launch, World of Warcraft Classic launch day 1, part 1. This was streamed 4 years ago. This was the original classic launch, right? Okay. First off, I tried to get into the server, and realm was full, and I was in queue at 5,648 people. And this is what it was like. In Classic, the servers were so laggy. I don't anticipate the Season of Discovery will be as laggy as this. But I mean, it was so laggy, you would like hit your ability. Like, look how long the loot lag is. And see how it looks like nobody's moving? Because there's just so much lag. Look at all the people. Look at all the people. Oh my god.
This. I got the videos to prove it. So. And it was still performed much better than this. So, I'm not really sure. I mean,
And so what I'm talking about in the stream here is I'm saying the performance on WoW server is really bad. I played on a private server. The video right before this I was showing you was Light's Hope server launch. They had I think they had, if I remember correctly, it was around 14,000 people in the server, which is a shit ton. And their server performed better than WoW, the classic WoW did. Yeah. But this was, I think Blizzard's learned a lot since Classic, and I don't think the servers will be as bad as this. God, I hope not.
There's a lot of people here, no doubt about that. Apparently, a lot of people like being
You see, I'm trying to auto attack this wolf, and look how long it's taking for me to even swing.
Human. Nothing you can really do other than reduce the amount of people that.
I'm trying to kill this wolf, and I'm not even swinging. Like, just sitting there. Well, hopefully the servers aren't that bad. So we will see. They're going to be bad, though. There's just no way around it, But yeah, so we updated. I updated the add-ons. Add-ons are pretty good. I've basically got what I can do once my character's created. We can go in and we can grab Skull Rock, Shady Moon. Basically, we can grab this. I'm just going to copy this. We'll copy these settings, and we'll just paste them into the folder where my new character's created. And this will give us. Give us some of all our add-ons and our bindings. All our bindings should be there. It's also going to give me, all of kind of like my basic hunter macros, like here, like you're going to have my growl and my freezing trap and bandage and dual wield disengage. Just some of my basic macros that I always have. And I don't know about all these macros if we need all of these, but I'll probably have a notepad document open up with all my macros in it. In case I just want to copy, because I'm not going to try to copy all of these. These are the ones that are probably sitting in your. These are going to be sitting under just the server folder. Oh, actually, on server, I think it's just under your main folder here, like these. I think it's these, or it could be. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should be these macros here. And what's the first one? Sort of corrupt. What is it, like two-hand? And if you look in the general, what's the first macro? Boom, two-hand. Two-hand, what's the next one? Two-hand axe, see? So these macros under your general macro section are found under when you go into your account and go into your account name, that's these macros that are right here. So if you want to, I could clean up this macro file and just put exactly what macros I want for my Season of Discovery character and just copy that file into, you know, just like basically back this file up. And then just, you know, we could back this one up and I might even do that. We'll set up like one, and that way it's just a clean file that has only the macros I know I need for the Melee Hunter or for the Season of Discovery Hunter. And that way I won't have to be scrolling through all these different ones because you can see there's a lot in here. So I might do that. I might just rename this file and just create a new one. So just little things you can do to kind of speed up your ramp up time a little bit. Oh, shoot your damn arrow. And if you do miss one, just queue up your Raptor Strike. So when he gets close enough, hopefully you can bring him down with a Raptor Strike. People forget to overgear and die. Oh. Okay, what level am I? 3? It's gonna be so bad though. Servers are gonna be so full. And we don't know where my guild's gonna go, and I don't think anybody's online. Only nice to see you. Is there any other like weak auras we'd want? We've already got my couple other weak auras that I use. We're not using those. So yeah, go into your Questy and make sure that I'd go ahead and go into your Questy options and go to auto here, and make sure you put auto complete and auto accept quests. I don't normally like to do that, but for this type of a launch where the servers are going to be really busy, it's just better to have it automatically do it for you, especially if you're very familiar with the quests.
My goods are of
Also, as you can see, we've got auto loot, auto sell, which is the Guild Wars 2 UI I use. It's going to automatically sell everything and automatically repair my gear, so that'll save me time too. Don't have to mess with any of that.
I am honored. May the stars guide you.
See, that's screwing up though. Now it's not auto accepting. See, so that doesn't work. So what I'm going to do, I can see that doesn't work. So let's go to Questy options. Let's do auto complete and not auto accept. Unfortunately, auto accept is having issues. I'm not sure what's going on.
Go in peace.
Maybe if the guy has 2 quests, like that guy had 2 quests and it seems to have screwed it up. Freaked out Questy. Or freaked out the UI, I don't know.
Ishnuala.
Yeah, see.
Farewell. Denadris.
So auto accept looks like maybe we don't want to do that one because that one was certainly acting up.
Is there trouble?
But that's why I wanted to get in here and just create a character from level 1, a hunter, and just kind of re-familiarize myself with my starting, like, kind of my starting path. The other thing you can do is, when you're moving around, is go ahead and, you know, kill mobs, you know, as you're moving through the world. Of course, do a better job than what I did right there, but as you're moving from point to point, if there's mobs in between you and the point you're moving to, if you can kill them while you're moving, you know, while you're moving, that would be good. Where is this at? Is this the Edge Sigil? Is it really? Oh, the hunter's up the tree. That's right. See, this is why I'm doing this, because I forgot. The hunter sigil is up the tree.
Greetings.
It's probably a good idea to turn in your hunter sigil, and since you're level 3, I think you get track beasts at level 2. The other thing that's good about the Guild Wars 2 UI is we can actually go and look, I mean, at the future spells. So right now available is basically track beasts, right? Which is not really, I mean, we don't really need that. I mean, it's kind of useful when this for the Season of Discovery launch, just because it will help us locate the beasts, whereas, you know, there's going to be so many people killing them, there's not going to be a lot that are alive. So actually track beasts is probably worth getting, just because it might help you tag mobs a little bit quicker than other players. But definitely once you reach level 4 and you get Aspect of the Monkey and you get Serpent Sting, that's huge for you. So
Greetings. Go in peace.
you're definitely going to
I
want to
am honored.
go ahead and grab track beasts.
Asha Fela.
And for me, I usually put track beasts. We'll just put it here for now. But eventually, you're going to want to probably set up Opie, right? I don't know if it's already set up. Yeah, see, it's not, which kind of sucks. That's something we're going to want. If we can copy that over from my other profile, that's going to save us a ton of time. Oops, Classic Era. Skull Rock. If we go to Shady Moon, I don't know why this didn't. It should have come over. Should have came over when we brought over. Here, let's copy this. I don't know why this didn't come over. No, it's all there. No, but you can see Opie's. There's hardly anything in it, so that's probably not the right file. So if we go to Save Variables at the user level and go to Opie, it might be storing the settings there. Maybe, I don't know. You can see it's a larger file. That's one thing I've never quite understood, how to get all the settings from one character's to the other. Like tracking. See, this is what we want. Tracking. These are going to be for my hunter. So let's try copying these files from the main saved variables and putting these into here. Because if we go into this Lua file, there's nothing in it. And then we're going to try to reload the UI. This is practicing for season discovery. Trying to work out any kinks ahead of time. And it didn't work. Yeah, it still didn't work. That kind of sucks. I wonder why it didn't work. Oh well. So unfortunately we might just use the tracking, and then initially we'll just set the tracking up. We'll just throw them onto our bars, but eventually we're gonna set up OPI for that. Eventually we would go into here, right? Is there? I wonder if there's an export behavior profile. Oh, here we go. No, I don't want to do that. Ooh, let's try something. I wonder if I can take the settings for my other character, create a profile, and then just import the profile. Trying to save myself the time of having to set this stuff up on my new character in Season of Discovery, if it's possible, you know. So if you go to my level 60 hardcore hunter, alright, and of course it's all fucked up. This happens all the time, man. This happens all the time when I start messing with copying files around. Now see, it does have them. But the key bindings got fucked up somehow. Oh, see, that's one of the reasons why I don't like copying like add-on configuration files around, because it fucks, you know, like it shouldn't have fucked this character up, but it looks like it did. I'm not really sure why, but let's just say aspects. All right, we're gonna go tracking, aspects. We're gonna go target markers. Okay, this is what it should have been. So right, so here's basically here's your aspects. And here's your tracking, so I can easily just track. This is the way it was set up. We can track whatever we want. This is going to save us on a ton of keybinds, like right. So when you're playing your hunter, and you want to if you want to really quick, you know, track humanoids, boom, track humanoids. And I want to now I want to go back and I want to track, you know, beasts. Now I'm tracking beasts. Now I want to track undead, you know, undead. So what is this? This guy's Shady Moon, Citizens of Stormwind. He wants me to meet at the Stormwind Gate. But anyways, yeah, and then of course, you got your professions. So if we can... wow, all my keybinds are fucked up. Somehow I screwed up my level 60 characters keybinds. I don't know how, but... yeah, they're totally fucked up. I don't know how I did that. Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm not playing this character anytime soon. I don't know how I fucked this character's keybinds up. Not all of them though. Just, you know what? I think probably. Oh, I bet I know what happened. Yep, character-specific keybinds isn't turned on. See, this is why I hate. I don't know why Blizzard. This should always be on by fucking default. I don't know why this is not on by default, because you have a character, you play them all the way to level 60, you've got all your keybinds set up, right? And then you create a new character, and you start changing keybinds, and it fucks up your other character's keybinds. It's like, why is character-specific keybinds not checked by default? Unbelievable. Anyways, but the reason I count onto the level 60 hunters, let's see if we can create a new profile. And we're just going to say Shady Moon. Create profile. Alright, so we've got our Shady Moon profile. Now let's see if we can, I don't know what's going on here in Stormwind. They wanted to recruit me. Now let's go ahead and take a look at when we do create our Season of Discovery character, because we know it's going to be just a shit show. There's going to be way too many people playing. It's just going to be awful. So let's see if we can go in and just go into Opie, and let's see if we can use the Shady Moon. Boom, Shady Moon. Click OK. And doesn't seem to be working yet, but hopefully. Yeah, see, it's not working. Like, even though we have the Shady Moon profile, why is it? So it doesn't import. So you can't import. It looks like you can't import settings from another. Well, we have trade skills trinkets. And that's kind of effed up, man. I don't know what class is good at. Hey, what's up, Dream? I have no idea, man. Import Opie settings from one profile to another. Profiles allow you to save options rebinds, but not custom rings. But not custom rings or their contents. Opie will automatically activate the last profile used by your character specialization group when you log in. To create a new profile, select the profile. So it doesn't, but it say the profiles does not custom rings. So it doesn't save custom rings. So that kind of sucks. It's like, what's the point, you know, of saving profiles if you don't? So it looks like we'll have to recreate. Looks like we'll just have to create a new profile with that. So unfortunately, I don't know if there's a good video out there by this one guy that I was watching earlier today, and it was funny. He actually did a tier list where he put Hunter, but I don't know if he was being serious, where he actually had Hunter at the top of the list. But Pally's good. I think Mage looks pretty decent. I think in the level 25 bracket, I think Mage looks pretty decent. I think Hunter looks pretty decent. I think Rogue, even though a lot of people think Rogue isn't that good, I think Rogue is going to be pretty good. So I'd say Hunter, Rogue, you know, Paladin, as far as like DPS classes. As far as healers, you know, I think Priest looks pretty good. I'm a little concerned about Priest mana. You know, they didn't really get any new abilities that are going to really help with their mana management, so that's going to be interesting. Yeah, Warlock was pretty good too. I think, yeah, I definitely put Warlock up there. Out of range. Woo. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm definitely going hunter. I've already figured out pretty much what, what setup I'm gonna use. For glyphs. I mean, for runes, I don't really know. I keep calling them glyphs. I mean, they feel like glyphs, don't they? I went ahead and updated my add-ons. There were a couple add-ons that were updated today, November 30th. So if you have, one of the things you should do before Season Discovery is make sure you go out and update all your add-ons, especially Questy. Questy was updated. My Guild Wars 2 add-on, of course, was updated, which is a big one for me. Yeah. And, like I said, for me, I can go into my my add-ons folder here, go into Classic Era, go into WTF account, go into my account, and then basically go to the server Skullrock. And I'm basically just going to copy my level 60 hunters settings. Like, I can go in here and I'll just copy all of this stuff and just copy this. Once my character's created, I can copy this and just, throw it in. Like, I just created this character on Skullrock called Veil SOD, Season Discovery, and then we can just basically go in here and just copy those other files from the other character to this one, and that's going to go ahead and set up some of my key bindings. But more importantly, what it's going to do is it's going to give me all of kind of my basic hunter macros that I like to use, specifically setting up my pet growling and, turning my growl on and off, just some of my basic traps, just simple stuff. Yeah, not this one. Actually, this one we don't even need. Yeah, this one we need to get rid of. This is like a PvP trap. Yeah, this one we can delete. But, pet bandage. I always like to have a macro for bandaging my pet, macro for bandaging me, macro for weapon swapping to two-hand versus dual wield. Just basic Raptor Strike macro. Tells my pet to start attack. In this particular instance, I'm using Devil's Silver Eye, the trinket. Use Raptor Sight, clear any errors that get thrown up to the screen with the script to clear the UI. Then basic pet attack near. This is actually a really useful macro. The pet attack near is just basically target enemy pet attack. It's really good because basically it works really well when you face your character towards, like, there's like two mobs like there are here. As long as I'm like facing the one I want my pet to attack, he'll almost always attack the right one. So it's almost like the pet attack always focuses straight ahead of you, like the pet target enemy targets like in front of you and then must move left or right a certain distance or something. I don't know. You have to look at Opine Classic. On live, I don't normally need to reset the main ring I use, but when I built it, yeah, I think what it looked like it said in Opie is it looked like it said any of your custom rings weren't there. So like there's the quest items targets, like for example for the hunter and the paladins, I always have to create custom rings. Right, like so, because you have quest, target, trade, trinket, which is great. I don't really ever use trinkets, but I use trade skills for sure. I use target markers, and I don't really use quest items. Why would I? I don't even know what I need quest items for. So I guess I could. So I always create for the hunter, for example. I create the aspects, like different aspects, and I create tracking. Because there's a lot of different things you're going to track, right? Track undead, track giants, track beasts, track humans. And putting all those on your bars is just wasting so many slots on your action bar. So I put those into an Opie ring. And then I put in my aspect of the, you'd have aspect of the hawk, you'd have aspect of the cheetah, you have the group one, cheetah, and then the cheetah for the group was aspect of the pack. And I guess if we get aspect of the lion, which is stupid, it shouldn't be an aspect, by the way. But so so basically aspects are going to be a ring, tracking is going to be a ring, target markers is going to be a ring, trade skills is going to be a ring, and I think that's really it. Target markers, trade skills, aspects, tracking, so those four, but two of those are custom rings. And then on a paladin, you're going to have auras, so you're going to have auras is going to be a ring, and then you're going to have blessings, because you have a shit ton of blessings. So a paladin's going to have target markers, trade skills, blessings, and auras, right? Your main ring is custom ring for mounts. How long will be at capped at level 25? They're saying they said between 1 to 3 months, but I think it'll be like a month. I wish it was a little bit longer than that, but I think it'll probably be like a month. You know. Yeah, I tried to, like, I went in and I tried to. I thought, you know, Blue. I thought we could just maybe create a profile and then just import profile, but that doesn't work. So you can have different profiles. Like I've got a Shady Moon profile, but when I switch to Shady Moon, it doesn't do anything, right? If I switch to Shady Moon, and then I go back to, you know, you would think that if I switch to that profile, my custom rings would be the custom rings of that profile, but they're not. You know what I mean? They're not. Oh, look, here it is, though. They're under inactive rings. Ooh, wait, and then look, there's auras for Paladin. This is it. So let's go tracking. Oh, wait a minute. And then what do? Do I click new ring now? Let's just click OK and see what happens. That's it. I didn't know that was in there. Oh, so tracking, new ring. Tracking. We'll say tracking season of discovery, right? Add ring. Oh, shit. No, that's not what we want. I don't know who this is. Let me delete that one. Tracking. Top setting on the general settings for custom ring. Top setting on the general settings for custom. I'm not sure what you're talking about, dude. Make this ring of... Oh, there it is. Oh, sweet. Okay. There, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, so let's go to custom rings. And now we see tracking. And now we go to rings and we go tracking. This one we need to delete. Tracking, and tracking usually is going to be F4. Target F2, that's correct. Trade F1. And then we go back to custom rings and we go to inactive rings. We want aspects available to all. Click OK, I guess. And then we go back here. And we go to ring bindings and we go to aspects and we want F3. Now, perfect. Now, boom. We got our tracking. We've got our aspects, which we don't have any aspects yet. We've got our markers, and we've got our trade skills, which we don't have any trade skills yet. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. No, it's cool. No, it does have the slice. It's just there's nothing in it. Right? I don't know why this guy's inviting me to a group. I don't even know who this guy is. Yeah, so that works. That's perfect. I never saw that before. That's kind of like a little hidden option in there, on this, like, I never saw it because it's kind of, that's not the most you know, it's kind of hard to see that, you know. Yeah, hey, what's up, Joshua? How you doing, man? Yeah, I'll try to get into Season Discovery servers, but it's gonna be such a shit show. You know what I mean? It's gonna be so crowded. It's gonna be super crowded. Yeah, and then how do we delete a ring? So rings, like I want to delete. How do I delete this ring? I think you just have to go here and then delete. Where's delete ring? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, OPI is awesome. If you guys aren't familiar with OPI, super, super useful. Blue's the one who turned me onto this one. I used to use a different one called Ring Menu, which has been around since 2006 probably. It's so old. But this one's great. Super, super great. You know, we'll have, once we get all the aspects, you know, tracking in here, you know, tracking like undead, tracking, you know, beasts, humanoids, elementals, giants, you know, you're going to have so many different ones. So you just put it in this ring, you just boom, you know, tracking, boom, 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 you know, you just, awesome. So it's super easy to switch. And you can do it, like, you can even auto run. Like I could be auto running and switching my aspects, or, you know, or just moving forward. Because I set these up on, you know, like on F1, 2, like F1, 2, 3, and 4. I use it a lot when I'm like in, same thing like you're saying, Blue, you want to do it with mounts, but I use it a lot when I'm doing PvP. Like if I'm in a battleground and I'm on a mount and I'm riding into battle and I want to change like my paladin aura, I can just hold down the W key, or I can just click my auto run, and then I can just really quick go in and maybe change. Like a lot of times I use it for switching between Crusader aura to like, you know, the Retribution aura or Devotion aura. You know, it's really useful because I can do it quickly as opposed to having to use some sort of, you know, keybind. And you're just basically trying to free up slots on your action bars for other stuff because you're going to fill those things up pretty quickly. Of course, in Season Discovery 1 through 25, we're not really going to, that's not going to be much of an issue. The other thing, like for the hunter, like I used a weak ore here to set up my swing timer here. I found a decent one, and this is just so you don't really need a swing timer on the hunter too much, but it is really, really useful in the beginning when you don't have your pet. Like, and even when you have your pet, it can be useful because you can see here I can kill these guys before they even get to him if I want to, just by making sure that I'm using the swing timer. You know, I'm gonna wait till I'm just about to the end of this bar. I'm gonna stop, shoot my arrow. I'm gonna run, stop, shoot my arrow, run. And you can see I can kill these mobs before they even get to me. Because when you're like level 3 or 4, you know, and you've got this crappy ass little, you know, worn dagger, you do so little damage. So I don't know, Melee Hunter. You guys know that I've leveled multiple Melee Hunters in hardcore to 60. I did the one Cargos one but with the add-on before we even had official hardcore, and then I just recently did the one on the official hardcore servers. But I think like with, you know, like with what we have for the runes for the hunter, because I'm definitely, as you guys know, I'm going hunter. I mean, these are the ones you have, and I think there's a couple different ways you can go. I mean, if you want to go like marksman, I think you're probably going to go with master marksman. Well, I mean, I think you're definitely going to go with master marksman, right? You increase your critical strike chance by 5%, and then you're going to go with Master Marksman. Then in your legs rune, I think you're probably going to go with probably sniper training. A lot of people, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Night Elf hunters sitting in Ashenvale. Like, just imagine in Ashenvale, right? Because we don't really know what it's going to look like yet. Like, if I'm in Ashenvale, and man, I don't have this. Hold on a second. Do we have... Loading. All right. So if I'm in Ashenvale, I don't know where this is going to go. I'm not sure. Did I just level? How did I level? I'm just standing still. Did you see that? I'm just standing here. I leveled standing still. That's pretty impressive, right? I wasn't even doing anything. Yeah, Black Phantom Depths is rated 25. Should be interesting to see. Yeah. Remember, there's 4 servers. There's 4 servers, right? We're going to have 2 PvP servers, 1 RP PvP server, and 1 PvE server. I mean, obviously the PvP servers are going to be very crowded. What are you going to do, Blue? Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm in a party, aren't I? I forgot about that. What are you going to do, Blue? Are you going to go PvP? And I'm kind of pissed off that they haven't showed us what the servers are. You know? That we don't know the names of the servers. And we know what the servers are, but we don't know the names, because how am I supposed to tell my friend what server we're going to play on? Like, hey, what server are you going to play on? Let's create a character on the server. We don't even know until we go in to try to log in, and then the servers, we're probably going to be in a queue of like 20,000 people trying to get in on these servers anyway, right? So now I got to get in a queue, and you know what I mean? It's going to suck. I don't know why they haven't released the server names. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna go. I'm guessing that I'm gonna go onto I'm thinking about going on the RP PvP. Remember when we did Classic WoW Hardcore before there was an official Classic WoW Hardcore? We went on Bloodsail Buccaneers, which is an RP PvP server. The queue will tell you where to play on that day. But yeah, so you've got Black Fathom Depths here. So if it is a PvP server, yeah, just getting to the raid could be interesting. But just imagine there's going to be a bunch of Night Elf hunters. You know, and it is freezing in here. Where's my shirt's over there. You know, people are talking about like over here in this building here, you can see, I don't know what this building's called. Like this little tiny building right here. Some of these buildings over here could be like objectives in Ashenvale for PvP. Like you have to maybe defend. I don't even know what the objectives are going to be yet. Hey, Sans, no, Season Discovery is not launching yet. This is just me playing around with a level 1 hunter because I wanted to kind of remember, to kind of try to just work through any like little nuances that I know I'm going to hit when I create my character. And I have actually. I've figured out a couple things with some of my add-ons. I figured out how to copy some of my add-ons, my macros over to this character, and then I remembered about some of just the, what abilities are coming at what level, level 2 and level 4. Although that's not too big of a deal because with my with my Guild Wars 2 add-on, it's going to tell me, which is really nice. I can see at level 6 I get these, level 8, it tells me what spells I get at each level, which is really useful. Yeah, just also I went ahead and grabbed a weak aura for a weapon swing timer, which again is really useful when you don't have your pet yet for Hunter, because that way you can just kind of optimize killing these mobs before they reach you, and that actually helps you. That helps your speed of leveling quite a bit, actually. So very useful. But again, talking about Ashenvale PvP, a lot of people might, we were talking about, a lot of people might roll Night Elf Hunters, and they could just be like, let's say the Horde have to come through here and attack this little, let's say there's a little hut here, there's some Alliance characters that are part of an objective in Ashenvale's PvP. You could have a bunch of Alliance Night Elves just sitting around here all shadow melded, and they're all like, marksmen, and coming out of stealth, they're just hitting aim shot. So basically, what if you've got like 12 Night Elf Hunters sitting here, and like maybe 10 Horde come up, and like 3 of them are healers. Let's say the Night Elf Hunters are all on Discord, and they say, okay, you guys target this healer, you guys target this healer, you guys target this healer. Okay, go ahead and shoot aim shot. 1, 2, 3, press aim shot, and before they even come out of stealth, or once they come out of stealth, all these aim shots are just gonna fire, and these healers are just gonna get destroyed. Bro, it's gonna be destroyed. So I'm really excited to see that. I'm really excited. I'm not rolling marksman. I'm actually going to be rolling Aspect of the Lion. If I can find the runes that I want, I'm going to be going Aspect of the Lion, Flanking Strike, and Beast Mastery. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up almost like a melee hunter, but it's a hunter that's going to be able to do good damage with melee. But my pet also is going to do a lot of damage because my pet's going to have the increased health and damage by 30% and focus regeneration by 80%. And then Aspect of the Lion is going to give me like a big increase to my health because I'm going to get a lot more. You get 10%. If I'm reading it correctly, I'm going to get 10% for all nearby allies and increasing total stats for the hunter. So, it's going to increase my stats by 10%. I wish it was more than that. But, yeah, so I'm going to try that out first, Aspect of the Lion, Flanking Strike, and Beast Mastery. The goal is to really get my hunter to be able to do, to be able to do some damage at distance, but to be able to use my traps, because I am going to be going into survival, right? So the talent build I'm going to be running, and I've thought about a couple different talent builds, and I've kind of not really theory crafted out, but I've definitely gone through a couple different ones, and I've leveled multiple hunters up to 60, and as what I like to call melee hunters, where they're basically doing mostly melee damage. And so basically, I'm like a lot of people. I'm going to probably go straight up deflection. Well, for PvP purposes, I'll probably do something like this. This is level 22, 23. So right there, that's probably the build I'm going to go with. Is it 20%? That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering, though, but it's because, see, it says, I was wondering that as well. Because it says, the hunter takes on the Aspect of the Lion, increasing total stats by 10% for all nearby allies. Now, if all nearby allies includes the hunter, then that's 10% for the hunter. And increasing total stats for the hunter by it does say additional, you're right, it does say additional. So, that's crazy, right? 20%. So, 20% more agility, 20% more stamina, and 20% more strength. So this is the talent build I'll roll with for my hunter. And I definitely, like, some people would go Monster Slaying, but I'm focusing more on trying to see how this is going to work in PvP. So I'm going to go for deflection because I am going to be hitting people with Flanking Strike right in their face. So I am going to want more deflection. Of course, we're going to have Savage Strikes. We want our Raptor Strike to crit as much as possible, so this is huge. And of course, we're going to have Clever Traps because we want the additional damage and duration. So it gives us a couple different options. Our Freezing Trap is going to freeze for up to it's like 12 seconds or something. It's a long freeze trap with Clever Traps. And then, of course, our Explosive and our Immolation Traps are going to do quite a bit more damage. We're going to grab Deterrence, which of course is useful, and then we're going to get 1% into hit. Now, it would be nice to back out of these guys, like these three, and then maybe just go 3 into endurance training for my pet. But I figure that's only 9% health, and would I rather have 9% more health for my pet, which already has, hopefully, Beast Mastery, which is going to give it 30% more health and 30% more damage? Or would I rather, go ahead and get that 1% hit rating and get 2 points into my health, which increased my health by 4%. And remember, my health by 4%, plus we're also getting that nice 20% increase from Aspect of the Lion, so we're getting a little bit more bang for our buck out of that as well. So that's I think the build I'm going for. Teddy Belcher, 4K Ultra Wide, PVC 100 DPS. Okay. But yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be interesting. Now, I've seen a couple different things on Raptor Strike, and I don't know what's the most accurate. Let's see. Damn it, Hunter. I can't type Hunter skills. Who's this one? And I've seen videos that say that Raptor Strike is going to be a 6-second cooldown. And I saw some that said 3-second cooldown, but you can see here on Warcraft Tavern it says that Raptor Strike for Season of Discovery is going to be instant, and it's going to be a 6-second cooldown. Which is not bad, but I saw one that said 3-second, and I was like, holy crap, if Raptor Strike's a 3-second cooldown, that's insane. But 6 seconds isn't bad. I mean, here it's a 6-second cooldown, so it really doesn't change. The difference is it's instant as opposed to, here where it says next melee attack, right? So like here, you want to queue up Raptor Strike. So here, if I'm like shooting at range, and well, he died already. I didn't want him to die. Let's say here I shoot 1 arrow, I shoot 2 arrows. I'm going to go ahead and hit Raptor Strike. It's already queued up, so by the time I move up to the target, it's going to go ahead and swing the Raptor Strike as soon as... And you'll see me do that a lot when I'm leveling a PvE hunter. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll send my pet in. My pet will get threat, and then I'll drop a trap on the ground. I'll bring my pet back to bring the mob, and then as the mob's walking over towards me, I'll go ahead and hit Raptor Strike. And the reason I do that is because I usually use a wolf. And so the wolf, as soon as I send my pet, he casts Furious Howl. So I'm buffed with Furious Howl. The wolf gets threat. I bring my wolf back. It's going to bring the mob back over my trap that I've already dropped. And I'm already going to hit Raptor Strike as the mob's moving back towards me. So the first ability I swing at the target, the enemy, is going to be Raptor Strike. So it's going to get the benefit of the Furious Howl, which is going to give me the greatest possible chance to get the biggest crit I can get out of Raptor Strike, which of course is my biggest damaging ability as a melee hunter, right? So that's usually what I'm going to do on a melee hunter. So I don't know how it's going to... I mean, I like Wolf a lot, just because I think Furious Howl is actually pretty good, but I'm not sure. And Wolf have a little bit more health and armor than like a kitty. A lot of people like Boar because they like the uptime. They like the engagement time, like getting into combat with a charge. It's a lot faster. Also the stun. So for PvP for sure, like a Boar is going to be pretty decent. To be honest, I'll probably still roll Wolf just because I love wolves. I'm not a super big min-maxer. Not to that level where I'm like. Plus, I don't like the sound of Boars. The squealing they make. It's just kind of annoying. So, but they are. I would definitely say if you are min-maxing and you do go hunter and you want to have the best, I do think Boar probably is the best PvP hunter pet, because it can get in there and get on the target really, really quickly, and also the stun is nice. The other thing that people have talked about is that pets in Season of Discovery, supposedly they've been, some of the data mining shows that the pet may scale with the hunter. So as your stats get better, your pet may actually get stronger. We're not really sure if that's true or not. So if pets do scale with you, that's going to be interesting. And also weapon attack speed or attack speed on your hunter pet. We don't know if it's normalized, meaning like we don't know if having like a slower attack speed is going to be like having a slower attack speed on a warrior with a 2-hand weapon, you know what I mean, where you could have big crits. So they probably shouldn't, but that's something that needs to be tested. So we're going to, you might want to try, using a pet like a wolf that's got a 2.0 attack speed, and if you can find a wolf that's got a faster or slower attack speed, you could go with a bear. Like the bears in Elwyn Forest have, I think, a 2.5 attack speed. So if you grab a bear in Elwyn Forest, like one of those young brown bears, I think it's a 2.5 attack speed. You could test out bite with that bear, and then you could go ahead and grab a wolf of the same level and test out bite with that wolf and try to look, and then use recount to check the crits, right? Do I not have recount? I do have recount. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, for some reason. Oh, I think I updated my recount and it kind of screwed it up. Yeah. Okay, so what I was saying is what you could do is you can grab yourself a bear and and test out his bite like rank 1 or whatever it is, and then go into your recount, click on bite, and take a look at how big his crits are. Fight like 10 mobs or something, and then go grab a wolf who with the same rank bite, and check their different attack speeds, and then see what kind of crits they're doing, and we'll be able to pretty quickly find out if if there is any kind of normalization across some of these pet abilities based on attack speed, and then really go to Classic Petopia. We can, if we want to find out which pets have what bite speed. So you can go here, you can take a look at, where is it? We got this brown bear. So you go into Elwyn Forest, there should be the young forest. You can see here his attack speed is 2.5, right? So that's what I'm talking about. It's possible that this bear with attack speed 2.5 is going to have bigger crits with bite than maybe a wolf that has attack speed of 2.0. I don't think that'll be the case, but it's something that we should at least check out. So if we go in and we look at wolves, the pet I usually like to tame is the Coyote Pack Leader right here, and he's got a bite. The reason I like to go after the Coyote Pack Leader is he starts with bite rank 2 and Furious Howl rank 1. And so that's usually the first pet I go for. And he's got an attack speed of 2.0. So that'll be something that I'll probably test out and just try to see, do a little bit of theory crafting on pet damage in Season of Discovery. But a lot of people they're going to tell you that to use boar, and whatever. I think just use whatever you enjoy the most. I'm min-max to a certain degree, but I also play for, I go for certain things. I want the game to look, I want to enjoy the game. So if I enjoy a wolf over a boar because it doesn't sound so annoying, then I'll go with the wolf, man. Yeah, well, I'm not talking about, would the wool not be best as it's... Oh, I wasn't talking about comparing the pet overall. What I was talking about was trying to determine if a pet with a slower attack speed is going to have larger crits. Because in Classic, really, I don't think they do. But we don't know about Season of Discovery because they have made some different changes, so we're not sure about that yet. But yeah, wolf for sure. Like if you're going to be going for straight DPS, a wolf's going to do more damage as a pet than a bear, typically. It's interesting. I mean, I've played around with pets quite a bit in Classic. Yeah, I've played around with pets quite a bit, and like Raptor, for example. Like I had a Raptor pet that I tested DPS of a Raptor versus my wolf, and actually it came out pretty close. So I was very surprised that the wolf did, even though Raptor's supposed to have a high DPS, man. I'm still confused why Hunter is the only class who only have one role. Oh, you mean like DPS? Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. Because if we look at, let's see, if we go to my Discord server and we go to news and info here, so these are the role and class combinations in Season of Discovery. Yeah, and you're right. You are 100% right. The Hunter is the only class. Wow, I didn't. I never noticed that. I never noticed that. That's actually a really good point because Mage has got the healing spec, Rogue got tanking spec, Warlock got a tanking spec, and yeah, the Hunter's only got one role. Well, I guess maybe they have. I don't know. Maybe they've got some surprises for the Hunter. Who knows? Maybe there's something else they have planned that we don't know about yet. But yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. But anyways, I was just jumping in to kind of get my settings set up a little bit, get my UI set up. We're gonna. And make sure you guys update your add-ons. Some of the add-ons were updated today, so make sure you guys go and update your add-ons. And if you are thinking about playing character and you know which character you're gonna play, I would recommend getting into Classic right now and just level a character up like to level 4, like I did here, and just kind of make sure that you remember your leveling path from level 1. Just kind of get reacquainted with leveling up from level 1, because it's something that we've all done a million times, but it's always nice to just do it really quick right before you go into Season of Discovery and do it again, because you want to try to optimize as much as you can, because we know the servers are going to be super crowded, so it'll be helpful. I was able to there were a few kinks I was able to work out just by creating this character really quick, and and just seeing, just like with the Opie add-on, figuring out something with Opie I didn't know, making sure I understood how to copy my macros from one of my other characters into this character really quickly, stuff like that. So think about how many players will look for tank healer in endgame. Yeah, but the Hunters, because of aspect of the Lion, the Hunter does become a good, they are a good group player. I mean, you've got Paladins that have basically like kings, but still Aspect of the Lion was, the reason they gave Aspect of the Lion was a way for Horde to have kings, really, is all it was. I'm a little disappointed I'm really disappointed it's an aspect, actually. I think it should just be a spell. Like a spell you cast, or not an aspect, because what would be so much better for a melee hunter is that Aspect of the Lion is just a spell. And so you cast Aspect of the Lion, but then when you're playing as a melee hunter and you're going, let's say I'm 1v1ing a rogue, then I'm going to have Aspect of the Monkey up, because I want the 13% extra dodge, which is going to proc more mongoose spikes. So, it was really stupid of them to make this an aspect. I mean, I don't know what person at Blizzard thought that was a good idea, because it's just not a good idea. So, it has not officially launched. Nope. I said, yeah, I wasn't trying to confuse anybody with the stream title. It's just WoW Season Discovery practice. I'm just practicing for WoW Season Discovery. Yeah, the servers don't launch for another, let's see, 9 hours. 9 hours from now. Yep, there's Shaman tank, Warlock tank, Rogue tank, and also Warrior and Pally. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, Van brings up a good idea. And he brings up a good comment. It's not like you're going to be having a hard time finding a tank. There's going to be tons of tanks. So I don't think hunters are going to have a problem finding a group. You know what I mean? So yeah, Lions have Wind Fury with Wild Strikes, I think, from the Druid is Wind Fury. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Stealth. But yeah. When I looked at all the different classes, and I just felt like, Hunter was the one that looked most interesting to me. There was a good video by Big Bobbed Boy, and he basically breaks down each of the classes, and he talks about, he kind of theorycrafts, at a very small level, what talents would he use and what runes would he use for each spec. Like if I wanted to be like a boomkin, you know, what am I going to do? And then he also, and then so at the end, and he created like a tier list. And let's see, where does he end up at?
About the same level as Shaman. Divine Sacrifice and to cooldown. Priest was already the squishiest healer, and it's even more of a thing now. I think some of the other healers kind of gained ground on Priest here, and I'm going to put Priest in the...
So in his tier list, what he came up with was he basically has... I think he's got Feral Druid in pretty good, or Druid in pretty good. Now, these are all specs. They're not specific specs. So this is like looking at the class overall. Like Priest overall is pretty good. Mage overall is pretty good. I disagree with the Mage one slightly. I think Mage is going to be pretty good. I think Mage and Paladin might be in the amazing tier. They look like they could be really strong. I also think Shaman, like if I was gonna rate these, if I was gonna do like my own tier list, and I don't have a tier list, but let's just go... like if I was going to do a tier list, let's just say we've got like S, you know, and A, and B. Not bar, just B and C. I would probably put... I don't think I'd put anything in S tier right now. Maybe Warlock. Maybe Warlock in S tier because it looks really good. I definitely would put Paladin. I think Hunter is A tier, and I think Shaman is A tier, and Mage. Actually, let's go. This is a bad program to do this in. Let's say we've got. Do we have text? This is a bad program to do it in too. I really need a tier list. I've never really created a tier list. Let's see if we can do one. Can we do a tier list real quick? Tier list maker. Tier list maker. Nah, fuck it. Anyways, well, fuck it. I don't know how to create a tier list. I've never actually created one. But I would probably put Paladin and Warlock and Shaman at the same tier. I would put Druid slightly below those. I would put Druid and Mage slightly below those three. And then I would put Priest probably... I would probably put Druid, Priest, and... Druid, Priest, Rogue at the same level. And then I would put Warrior below them. And then I would put Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock above them. And I probably would put Hunter... I don't know. I'd probably put Hunter on the same tier as I'd probably put the Hunter between. Like, so I would put... The top tier is going to be Warlock. Probably Warlock, Paladin. And then underneath that, I'd probably put Shaman, Hunter, and Mage. And then underneath that, I would go Priest, Rogue, and then under that, I would go Warrior. That's kind of how I would put the tier list, at least from what I've seen so far. Yeah, Frost Mage is good. I don't know if I'd put Frost Mage... I mean, it's really good, because Frost Mage, you're going to have Icy Veins, you're going to have... You know, Frost Mage does look good. So... I don't know, and Mage is always good. Maybe let's put Mage up. Let's put Mage up there. We'll put Mage up at the top tier. So we'll go Warlock, Mage, probably in the very top tier, and then beneath that probably Paladin, Shaman, and then just slightly beneath that I'd probably put like Druid, and Priest and Rogue, and Hunter I would put probably in the same tier as Paladin and Shaman, and then of course I would put Warrior beneath all of them, just because they're just missing too many abilities. Now this is, talking about PvP, of course. BM Hunter looks OP as hell. BM Hunter looks like it could be great in the next phase, because at level 25 you just don't have it. But if we go to the next phase, if you go to the talent calculator and you basically try to figure out what are you going to have at phase 2, yeah, I mean of course you're going to have BM Hunter, you're going to have Beastmaster, your pet's damage and health are increased by 30%. Right, so then you go into having, let's say we were at the next phase, right? So right here you're like what, level 25, level 30, man. Don't know if you really need. I personally like aspect. I don't think we're going to be using aspect of the monkey a whole lot though because of aspect of the lion. But if we were Beast Mastery, if you were Beast Mastery, you're going to be going Cobra Strikes and probably Kill Command. Most likely, you're going to be going Cobra Strikes, Kill Command, and Beast Mastery. So you wouldn't really be doing aspect of the lion. So putting aspect of the monkey actually is not going to be bad, you know. I mean, so yeah, so right there, that would be like level 40 build. That would be the build I would go with for PvP for level 40. Actually, I probably would take one out of. I probably would not go 2 of 2 there. Here's what I would do. I would go 1, 3. This is what I would probably build for Beast Mastery for the 40 bracket. And of course, for the runes, I probably would go Cobra Strikes, Kill Command, Beast Mastery. Or you could go, I mean, you could go Master Marksman, but I don't know. Or you could go Aspect of the Lion. The thing is, the Cobra Strikes is interesting, but I think the synergy between Kill Command and Cobra Strikes isn't as good as it could be because Kill Command's too long of a cooldown. It's a 1-minute cooldown on Kill Command. So that kind of sucks, right? And so you're saying your critical hits with shots, abilities cause your pet's next 2 special attacks to critically hit. And Kill Command makes your special attacks do 60% more damage for 30 seconds. It is 30 seconds, which is a long-ass time, right? So let's say you go in, you execute Kill Command. So for 30 seconds, any of your special attacks are increased by 60%. And then as long as you crit with some of your shot abilities, then some of those special attacks you're executing are going to automatically critically hit. I don't know. I still feel like the cooldown's too long, but... Yeah, you do get I know you get 20%, I know. So, I don't know. I think, like I said, I'm not really happy with the synergy between these 2 abilities. So, you could go Aspect of the Lion. And then, I mean, honestly, for me, I would still... Like what I'm going with is I'm going Aspect of the Lion, Flanking Strike, Beast Mastery. So, even if I was going BM, I probably would stay with that. I probably still would go Aspect of the Lion, Flanking Strike, Beast Mastery. I just think Flanking Strike is good. I like it. And with Beast Mastery at the 40 bracket, your pet's going to be crazy. He's going to be crazy. He's going to have so much health. He's going to do so much damage. And you're going to have quite a bit of health as well. You're going to have quite a bit of health as well. And if you wanted to, you could, even in the 40 bracket, if you wanted to, you could back out of some of this stuff, right? God bless it. Somehow I clicked off. If you wanted to, you could go something like this, right? And we can't... The problem with Aspect of the Lion is it's aspect, right? It's an aspect, which means you're not going to be using Monkey, which sucks. So, and you're not going to be using Aspect of the Hawk either, because you got Aspect of the Lion on. So having Aspect of the Lion and Aspect really really sucks, because it just takes away 2 of your almost... it takes away 2 of your best aspects. You can't use them. It's stupid. So now if you're doing that, you're pretty much stuck with pathfinding, all right? Let's say you do something like this. Level 32. Level 38. You could do something like that. I mean, you could even do a build like this, which wouldn't be bad, because you're going to have increase. Remember, if your traps can be dropped while in combat, imagine having your pet. He's got 12%, right? Increased damage by 12%, plus he's got 30% here. So his damage is increased by 42%. You've got pathfinding, so your speed's going to be, going to be moving around a little bit better. Your pet's got outdoor movement speed, which is nice. And you've got, your deflection. You've got, Savage Strikes, your Raptor Strikes, and Mongoose, you're going to have 20% more crit. Your traps are going to do 30% more damage. You're going to have a longer duration for your freezing and your frost. And of course, you got deterrence. So this also is going to give you all kinds of options, right? And this honestly is probably a build I'll definitely try. This is a build I'm definitely going to try in the 40 bracket. I'll definitely try something like this where I'm mixing up kind of survival with Beast Mastery, because in my hardcore WoW, like leveling my melee hunter to 60 in hardcore WoW, which I've done a couple times, that's pretty much what I did. I went with like BM builds where I was speccing into survival and a lot of BM and some survival. How long? The servers go live for me anyway in about 8 hours, 9 hours. It's 7:15 a.m. for me right now. The servers go live for me at 4 p.m. So, you know, that's like 8 hours and 45 minutes. So 8 hours and 45 minutes from now is when they go live for me. They say they're doing server maintenance at 2 p.m. for me, so they're doing server maintenance only 2 hours before they go live. So I guess they're pretty confident that they can get them. They don't need a longer maintenance than 2 hours to get them all up and ready to go. Yeah, you can tame belly grub. I just don't like boars. I don't like the way they sound. I can't deal with their squealing and stuff. See, this is what you don't want to happen. You don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be, you don't want to get into any kind of melee combat at level 1 to 10 before you have your pet. So make sure you're pulling mobs. Make sure you're pulling a mob at like almost like max range. Make sure you've got a swing timer. And make sure you're doing this. And that way you can just kill these mobs before they even get to you, because it's going to save you a ton of time. But anyways, I think I need to go back to bed and try to get... I couldn't sleep. I mean, I was so excited for Season of Discovery. I literally couldn't sleep. And on top of that, I'm sick. So I'm sick, and I'm thinking about Season of Discovery. So I wanted to get in here and level a character a little bit from level 1, just to make sure that I know kind of my plan of attack, how to set up my UI, what add-ons are key, and how to get my macros set up, and just to get everything set up hopefully pretty quickly. So... yeah, you definitely want to. You're gonna kite mobs. You don't want to have to swing your weapon at mobs if you can help it. So you're gonna be shooting, moving back, until you get your pet, and that's gonna really reduce the amount of time it takes you to kill mobs. Because you saw that one mob, once I get it, when he gets on me and I'm hitting him up close. Also, the other thing you can do is, if you can get some money, I would recommend training staves at Darnassus as fast as possible, because your Raptor Strike with a staff is going to hit a lot harder, because the staff, is slower, does more damage. So definitely prioritize getting some money together. Go ahead and pick up skinning and herbalism, and just pick every flower and skin every animal and sell all of it. Sell all your herbs, sell all your skins. Then once you get enough money, go to Darnassus. Go ahead and buy yourself. There's actually a staff in Darnassus you can buy. Buy that, learn staff training, and then that way, if you do have to use your Raptor Strike, you're using it with a staff and not some crappy ass piece of shit dagger. You gonna play mage? I think mage is good. I think mage is a solid pick. What add-ons are you going to use? I mean, the add-ons I use for my, I always use Auctionator. I use Gathermate for gathering. I use Guild Wars 2 UI, which is a total, HUD replacement, but it's awesome. I love it. I've been using it for probably since 2019, so I've been using it for a long time. I use ID Tip. That's not, you guys won't be needing that. Leatrix Maps I like. Leatrix Maps, Leatrix Plus. Don't really necessarily need Leatrix Bucks, but I like it. Make scrolling battle text for my scrolling battle. I love it. I use it for my some audio alerts as well. I use neat plates for enemy nameplates, and I use Omni CC. But I don't think we're gonna need Omni CC, because that's more like cooldown numbers. But I think the Blizzard UI actually we can enable that in the UI and Blizzard's UI. So we probably won't need Omni CC. I use OPI for my ring menus. So basically, I can have a key binding. You can see when I hover, it's group abilities into rings that appear when you hold down a binding. So it's that kind of circle menu you'd see in like Skyrim or something. That way I can group up stuff like aspects or auras or stuff like that, or trade skills, and I don't have to put them on bars and take up spots on bars. And well, you can get a bow at you're gonna get a new bow at 6, right? You're definitely going to get. There's definitely bows you can get. There's a bow you can get, I think, at level 3 even, I think. But yeah, there's a bow at level 6. Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea, though, Stealth. If you could, because basically an enchanter at level 1 can disenchant everything, right? But I don't think you need to be level 5, though. Why do you need to be level 5? In Classic and Vanilla WoW, you can disenchant. Oh, you might have to be level 5 to craft stuff. Yeah, yeah. That's actually a good idea. That's a good idea. And of course, the wands are going to sell. Yeah. Yeah, the wands are definitely going to sell. Definitely, yeah, always create like an enchanter, like someone you can just sell your green, you send your greens to if you want to disenchant them, because you're going to make a lot more money selling the regents for enchanting than you are just selling the straight up greens. I like going with skinning and herbalism and just sell everything, just so you can get enough money to go ahead and get yourself. You definitely want to get the better bows, of course, but yeah, that's a good idea to make money for sure. Stealth, yeah. I'm probably I mean, yeah, I think engineering's great. I think engineering's great. I think sticking with skinning till you get to around. Well, it's going to be interesting because they do have. Remember, they do have epic recipes for Season of Discovery, so there's going to be some really good recipes. There's like a mail recipe that I'm going for, an epic mail recipe, which is really cool. So it's basically a mail chess piece where anybody who hits me, there's like a 20% chance they're going to get cursed, which means they're going to take more damage from my attacks. So as a melee hunter, if I'm in there fighting someone face to face, I want that mail item because that it's a 20% chance when they hit me they're going to get a curse on them. That's going to make my damage do more damage. So yeah, and that's from blacksmithing. So I'll definitely be going blacksmithing because I want to try to get that item. But yeah, as far as the rest of the add-ons, like Questy, of course, you're all going to be probably using Questy. Yeah, I don't know why everything just got enabled because I didn't hit any buttons. So hold on a second. Not sure what happened there. Okay, here we go. Let's see if they're still all selected. No, they're not. Okay, so my add-ons again: Auctionator, Gathermate, Guild Wars 2 UI, which is amazing, awesome. I highly recommend it. Leatrix maps, mixed scrolling battle text for just basically for combat scrolling text. Neat Plates is my enemy nameplate. Opie is the ring menu, basically like a kind of a Skyrim type circle menu. Questy for obviously we're all going to be using. You all should be using Questy. Recount for your damage meter. Threat Classic is I like it. It's not necessary, but it's just going to show threat and the threat. Vendor price, just show the price of items. This may not be necessary. I'm not sure. We don't need unit scan. That's for hardcore. Weak auras, because I do have a couple different weak auras I like to use, and that's it. That's all my add-ons. So yeah, engineering is good. Save mining stuff, then drop skinning. Yeah, usually I go with skinning, and I'll probably go mining actually. Or remember, like as a night elf, there aren't a lot of ore nodes in Teldrassil, so probably what I'll do is I'll go herbalism and skinning, and then as soon as I get to Darnassus or whatever, and as soon as I'm done with Teldrassil, as soon as I'm done with that, I'm like level 12. Then I'll drop herbalism and I'll pick up mining, and I'll be mining, and then the mining will all be done in Darkshore, right? But up to that point, we can sell all the herbs that we got because there's a shit ton of herbs. In fact, I think Teldrassil is probably the best starting area for herbs. I would also say that Elwyn's pretty good, but I think right around Dolinar, there's so many herbs. There's tons. So yeah, so that's probably what I'll do, and then I'll probably grab mining, and I'll keep skinning until I'm like level 18 or something, or level 20, and then we'll keep getting mining during the whole time, and then we'll eventually, once we get enough ore where we feel like it's time to start leveling up blacksmithing, I'll drop skinning and pick up blacksmithing and start working towards hopefully. I'm going to guess that most of those epic recipes are going to drop in the Black Fathom Depths raid. I'm assuming that's where those recipe drops are going to be. That would make the most sense, that those things are going to drop off the bosses and stuff, and people are going to be rolling for those. And remember, those epic items that you're going to be crafting are all bind on pickup, so you're not going to be able to sell that stuff. So you're not really going to make any money from those things, but they're just going to be really useful for level 25 PvP. Those items are going to be kind of like a must, I think, if you want to min-max some of your gear. But again, engineering is going to be great for iron grenades. They sell well, and like they're great for PvP. So yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna let you guys go. I will be streaming today, hopefully. Once it goes live, it's gonna be a shit show. There's gonna be so many people trying to get in, so I'm sure it's gonna be really, really awful. I'm still pretty sick and getting sicker by the moment. I need to go back to bed. I got 2 cats over here butt to butt sleeping. But yeah, I hope you guys are able to get into the servers. I don't know what the servers are, the names are, which sucks. So it's hard to coordinate like where my guild's going to go. It's hard to coordinate how, playing with your friends because we don't know the names of the servers, which I don't understand why Blizzard hasn't announced that. Well, that's the thing. Are you gonna come? Yeah, I don't know, man. We don't know. That's really like I don't know why they haven't released the names of the servers. It doesn't make any sense. Because how are you supposed to coordinate with your friends? How are you supposed to tell your guildies what server to create their characters on? I mean, because nobody wants to like pull up the realm list and say, okay, these are the servers. I'm assuming that the realms are going to come up sooner, and they probably will come up. I'm going to guess because remember the maintenance, the server maintenance is 2 hours before release, I think. So if you go here, you can see they're performing scheduled maintenance beginning on Thursday at 11 a.m. PST, right? So 11 a.m. PST for me, and it says the service will be available approximately at 12 p.m. PST. Interesting. That doesn't make sense. They started at 11. Oh no, that doesn't make sense. My brain, I'm still half asleep. So they're saying that the maintenance is only going to take an hour. Well, 12 the server. So for me, the server starts like 11 a.m. PST is I believe 2 p.m. So if this is accurate, they're going to start doing maintenance on the servers at 2 p.m. The servers will be ready at 3. So what I'm thinking is we'll have an hour or sometime during the maintenance, we should be able to go and see the server names. So go in there during the maintenance time and try to find the server names, and that's when people are going to start communicating, what servers they're going to play on, I would imagine. So make sure you get in there. And also, at the very least, if you can't play, get in there and create your characters because there is going to be the faction balancing that happens at some point. When there's too many Horde or too many Alliance, they're going to restrict creation of, which is great. I think I've been asking Blizzard to do this for years. I've been asking them to do this for a long time. I don't know why they haven't. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, lots of MMOs do this. It's pretty common, actually. So I'm really glad that they're doing the faction, trying to do the faction balancing. I think that's great. But yeah, I mean, as soon as I know what server I'm going to be playing on, I'll put a post on the community for my YouTube channel. You go to my YouTube channel, and as soon as I know what server I'm going to be on, I'll do like a community post in here, and I'll just post in here, saying like, what server I'm probably going to roll on. But again, a lot of it's going to come down to my guild too. If I'm going to try to play with the people that I've been playing in the hardcore guild that I've been playing in, I got to figure out where they're going to go. So the guild that I'm in hardcore, classic hardcore, is called Reload. And I told the guild leader I wish he would come up with a different name for Season of Discovery because I don't feel like Reload is a good name. Because Reload, I mean, obviously you die in hardcore, you just reload. That's kind of the name has meaning. But for Season of Discovery, I don't think it makes as much sense. So I told him it would have been kind of cool to come up with a new name. Maybe I'll just create my own guild. Guys, maybe I'll create my own guild. If I do create my own guild, I'll probably call it Jinx or I don't know, something stupid. We'll come up with some dumb name. Oh. Anyways, I'm gonna try to go get some sleep because I'm fighting off some sickness. The only reason I even don't sound too sick right now is because I took a hot shower before I jumped on. Hope you guys are having a good one. And I will see you guys later today when we're playing Season of Discovery.